こんにち
は。
は。
ハロー。
見えないな。どうやったら見えるかな。
見えない？
これ。ジョンって今、ズームに入ってる？
入ってます。
はい。
Hello.
Hello. So, it will be start. もう過ぎてるね。言っていいかな？
これでも、バルトさんは一番動かしてるの？
この画面はそこの画面だから、正直全体の見え方との関係。OK。So, then let's start. Hi.
Let's start.
Hi, Barto.
Hi,
I'm
hi.
Sayoko.
Hi, Sayoko. How are you doing?
Hi. Good. And you?
I'm good.
Okay. And hello from Viva. Long time no see since the interview.
Since the interview, yes.
I am really happy to meet you at such a great opportunity. Thank you for making our wishes come true.
いえ。こちらこそ。
ありがとうございます。で、now we hold an exhibition in Viva, as we told you, for our interview. And thanks to the support from the Viva Award staff, including you. Thank you very much again. And actually, unfortunately, we could not get the chances to have our workshops because of the state of emergency of COVID-19 in Ibaraki Prefecture. And but however, we never give up, and we are sure to have it after the situation gets better.
Good.
I promise. And I'd like to introduce our talk members. First, today's guest, Barto, Leona. How can I call you? Barto is okay?
Barto is okay.
Okay. Barto, Leonardo Bartolomeus is an international curator and the judge of Viva Award. He is now working at the Yamaguchi Center for Art and Media. Is that correct name?
I think so.
Okay. As a curator, and he's a member of NULLNULL. Actually, I met Reza Afishine and Iswanto Harutono, two members.
Really?
Yes, two members of NULLNULL.
どこ？
授業で、I took a class.
今村先生。
Exactly. He's our teacher, so he invited them to our class. Yeah, they were really nice, actually, nice artists. And I suppose that you were really busy because you are the main director of Documenta 2022, right?
They are busy. I'm not this time.
And thank you. Yes, thank you very much again. And can I pass the microphone to you to ask to make a small self-introduction?
Okay, of course. So I guess there's because the session now is open to public. So hi everyone, nice to meet you. Kimishima-san, Seko-san.
Hello.
Sobe-san, also nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, as like Sayoko explained, it's almost as complete as my life. I'm working in Yamaguchi right now in YCAM. So it's almost about like two years already. 2 years already. Yeah. Then I had such a great opportunity to join when the FIFA Awards happened like a few months ago. I think it's around February, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So then, I think it's a good experience for me to know networks of young Japanese artists because unfortunately when I start to work in Japan, it was also at the same time when the pandemic is happening, and I cannot go outside or doing travel as much as I want to meet artists. So this kind of opportunity, it's very important to me. And I heard a lot of good stories about the exhibition and the workshops, and I saw the photo. It looks fun, I guess. So maybe today we can sharing the stories what happened during your preparations. Because I believe there's a lot of things happening. The Olympics, the how do I say, the emergency status that happening on and off. Like, so I believe it might makes a lot of challenge for your activity in the space. But once again, congratulations for the opening and for the exhibition. I guess that's all for me for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And okay. And next, I'm Sayako, just in case, a leader of NULLNULL Studio. And I'm born in Japan in 1995. I have a career of oil painting and installation. And I am a master course student, and my main subject is asking what is the concept of time interpreted by humans. By the way, my character is really messy, and I often make the studio disordered. I want to use the chances to share our feelings like a chat. Thank you. And this is Kimishima. And he is also an essential member of NULLNULL Studio. Without him, our studio will be messy, actually. And he is really good at making it sorted. And he is a good chef as well. Do you have any additional information, Kimishima?
Hello, Bart.
Hello.
I'm glad to see you. I'm really looking forward to meeting. Thank you.
Yes, me too.
Good. And this is Mizuho Seko. He is a guest member of this exhibition. We asked him to join our show because his work and his character is really attractive. And we invited him because we were charmed by his show, where he set a price on toilet paper roll. He arranges not only the show, but also our talk. Do you have any greetings, Seko-kun? 何かある？
よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
Thank you. And ありがとう。This is John Naoto Tanaka. Can you see? He is in charge of the translation. He is a great translator and also an artist. He plans a really nice art project in Toride City as well. In this talk session, as you can see, he will write down in English if we speak Japanese, and he will write down Japanese if you speak English. Thank you. So this window will show the record of our dialogue visually. Do you have any greetings?
Hi, good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
Yes, and looking forward to speaking with actually everyone because I get to translate everything. So I'm very excited.
Thank you for your work.
Thank you.
So.
Okay, then let's get to the talk.
So
First, we will frankly introduce the contents of our show by each of the exhibitors. And second, this is a main part. We will have free session time. We prepared some talk topics, so we want to ask it. And also, if you, Barto, have any questions, please just tell us freely. Finally, we will prepare the time for questions from the audience. Thank you for attending. So なんか日本語で簡単に説明しますと、最初に、私たちの展示の、説明をしますので、オンライン鑑賞会みたいな感じで。で、次に、ここがメインパートになると思うんですけども、フリーセッションタイムっていうのを作らせていただきます。その時に私たち、展示者と、バルトさんと楽しくフリートークをさせてもらおうかなと思ってます。私たちが、トークテーマとして用意したものだけでなく、バルトさんからも何かそのコメントがあったら、質問があったら言ってもらうみたいな感じで。で、最後に、今聞いてくださってる皆さんからの質問を募集しようかなと思っています。では、私たちの作品の紹介をさせていただこうかと思います。じゃあ、
よろしくお願いします。
お願いします。君島君、ちょっと私の作品のスライドをやってもらってもいいですかね。よいしょ。じゃあ写真をお見せしながらいきます。よいしょ。あとこっちの方もトークも一緒に流しながらお願いしますね。Then, I exhibited my works based on my main theme in order to ask the price of my work experimentally. We have a lot of chances to know the prices of other artworks, but the talk is really closed. So I want to make it open, and we were doing the residency in Viva and talking to the visitors. During my stay, we talked to various visitors. Though I exhibited at least 9 works, because time is really limited, I will pick up some works, especially the interesting reactions from the guests. So the first, daily drawings, the small works. I call this daily drawings. This is actually the series which has continued from 2015. I am a little bit hesitant with this too much information-oriented society. The bigger size of data that we can address, the resolution of the image will be increasing. So small canvases has a limitation of resolution. So I really love this small resolution. One day, a working mom asked me whether he can buy this painting with 1 coin, just 1 coin. So I wonder if 1 coin is like $5. To be honest, I was really surprised, but at the same time, I was moved because I thought he hit the point. I told him why I cannot sell it for $5. It took about 2 hours to make 1 canvas, and I cannot reproduce this painting because it includes coincidentally. So yes, so he looked sorry and said, "Oh, sorry, I could not find the price because I am not professional. I thought if you threw away this painting, I wanted to buy it," he said. So actually, I already made a price with it and sold it. It is like approximately $70 for 1 piece. It was, yes, it was decided by the material fee and my engaging time, my making time, and hourly payment. A student study economics said that there are 2 ways to thinking to make a price. One is judging from the product, like that product. And one more way is judging from the market. So this work is judging from the product. He thought the price of the painting was just $5, but I sold it for $70. I thanked him because he told me the price he really sold. Yeah, that was really honest reaction.
Interesting.
Yeah. And next work is actually I don't have any images, but the time this is the sound work. Incorrect time signals. This is a collaboration with Kimishima. Kimishima made this desk, and I made a sound from the ceiling. Actually, it has the one direction, and also I found the interesting reaction of this work. The target of this work is to speak to the visitors who are really concentrated on their respective jobs. The Viva is really open, and a lot of people are doing, how should I say, studying or working on the desk. So I want to kind of attack them. So the sound from this speaker has one direction and heads to the desk. So in other words, when you are sitting down on this chair, you can notice the noise from somewhere. By the way, this sound is incorrect time signal, which I made. So Viva is really isolated from the outside. So there are no windows. So we cannot judge what time it is. It's really closed place. So I watched the people using this workplace in this desk. In contrast to my aim, I found that some people were getting used to the noise surrounding sound. It's really big sound actually, but they are really getting used to it. And some people were looking around and seeking the speaker from their belongings. Yeah. So it was really interesting for me. And the third work is 石の作品それじゃないかも。もっとケーキみたいなやつ。ありがかな。The next work is a record of Sarhash workshop. This work is made from stone and cement. It took actually one summer, almost 3 months to polish it, to make it. During my residency and the exhibition in Yamanashi Prefecture, I held a workshop on picking up rocks, picking up stones. The river flows from Mount Fuji is affected by volcanic activity. And when cut and polished, you can enjoy the picture, how should I say? Like
layers?
Yes, painting cross-section of these stones, trapped tens of thousands of years ago. This is three-dimensional work made from the stones that the participants recorded at the time. I was asked to put a price on it and sell it, but I didn't know how to think of the price and how half of year has passed since then. So I asked the guest to make a price on it. Then a comment from a junior high school student touched my heart. He told me that it must be over 10,000 yen, even though he does not get monthly pocket money. So he doesn't have any money from their family. He was joining to talk event with his mother, and his mother also said an interesting comment. She said she could not escape from family budget. So I said to them that I would like to sell it for at least 500,000 yen. They were, yeah, they were nodding. Thank you. So the last work is 絵だね。それありがとう。Pink Hour. This is a painting like 4 meters long or something. There was a time when I was a child when the sky was dyed with a horrible pink color, and I was convinced that the end of the world had come. It was really scary. So based on that experience, this work was born. The interesting reaction from the guest was sleeping using caption as a 枕ってなんて言うんだろう
Pillow.
As a pillow in front of the work, in front of this painting, as if this is real river bank. Yeah. Yes, it was really, yeah, nice reaction for me.
Like a wallpaper on the bedroom, right?
Yes. Actually, it was not few people. Like, I wonder the number was over 10 during this exhibition period. It was really funny reaction.
Quite a lot. And
Yeah. So yeah, that's my works. It was short, but thank you.
Thank you.
So 君島くんある？
Okay, who's next? Okay. じゃあちょっとあれを出してもらっていいですか。僕は日本語ですいません。
いえいえ、大丈夫です。
リアカーの写真を出してもらっていいですか。あ、今上に映ってる。あ、今下になってる。あ、それで、あともう。僕は、今回このビバでリアカーを式の美術館を作りました。今回その緊急事態宣言で東京都の美術館がこう閉鎖してしまったっていうことと、あと僕が初めて個展をしたギャラリーが経営不振で閉まってしまったことが最初の、イメージのスタートでした。で、今回この移動式を作ることによってこうアートに興味があるけど見に行けないだったり、こう自分でもこう作品を作ってみたいっていう人に対してこう気軽に展示ができる場所というのを考えて作っています。なのでこれから僕のイメージとしては、ここに住む砦の地域であったり、いろんな日本中だったり世界だったりっていう場所にこのリアカーを持って行って、誰でも展示ができる、展示の経験をしてみるっていう場所の提供を考えています。次の、ここの真ん中にある、それですね。スワベの今映してた。そのマリリン・モンローを映してもらってもいいですか。それですね。この、真ん中にある2つの作品は、あなたのお値段というタイトルの作品です。この作品は、アンディ・ウォーホルの描くマリリン・モンローということが結構大事なポイントで、アメリカの市場で多く販売されて、高値で販売されている作品がここの砦でなおかつ自分が描いたものにどう値段がつくかっていうのを見てみたく、売る絵ということを意識した作品になります。これは、素材はアクリル絵の具で使っていて、絵の具を投げたり手で描いたり、ちょっとパフォーマンス的な結構 な作品になっています。すごい緊張する。次の、ワークショップの写真ってありますかね。はい、上の方かな。あ、それ、あ、ちっちゃい。この下にある3つの作品は、僕が最近もともと弁当箱というタイトルの作品を作っていて、それを今ワークショップにして活動をしています。で、この、使用済みの弁当箱を使っていて、そこに、石だったり砂だったり自然のものをおかずに見立てて、子どもたちにお弁当を詰めていってもらうワークショップです。で、このお弁当はなんだろうな、お弁当を作ることは結構経済的な問題だったり、作り手、誰か相手のことを思って作っていくっていうことにちょっと興味があります。で、ワークショップをする中で、結構児童とかは宝石弁当だったり、1億円弁当という値段をつけたり、もう少しちょっと高いというか、なんかその素材を生かして何かを例えて作ってるっていうことに面白さを感じていて、本来であれば今週ワークショップをしている予定で、もう少し作品を見せたかったんですけど、ちょっとこちら茨城がまん延防止でちょっと人が集められないということで、ちょっとこの少ない数での作品しかちょっと見せさせられないんですけど、これからお弁当の名前を決めることだったり値段をつけるっていうことに対して、なんか新しいお弁当箱のあり方というかコミュニティが生まれればなと思っています。じゃあ次の作品お願いします。目が光ってるやつですね。それですね。はい。このタイトルは、ジョン大丈夫ですか？早いですね。はい。スマイルちゃんとスマイルくんというタイトルの作品です。これも新型コロナウイルスで変わってしまった、この社会に対して、悲観的に捉えず笑顔っていうことを忘れないでほしいというふうに願った作品になっていて、今皆さんやっぱマスクを、僕とかも今マスクをしてますけど、なかなか表情を見ながら喋るっていうことができなくなってしまったことにちょっと寂しさをまだ覚えていて、でそこに対してなんていうんですかね、人の表情を忘れないというか、笑顔は絶対忘れないでほしいと願っている作品で、この目の部分にも、細工がしてあって、目の部分には電球、下の方が分かるかな、電球が入っていて、これは車で言うとヘッドライトの意味を持っていて、車であれば、暗い今の世の中であったり、暗い中だと前に進めない、だから明かりを灯って前に進んでほしいというふうに願った作品になっています。あとは、次のそれですね。今の左の下の方がいいかな。これも、コロナ、ここでこれのタイトルはノーネームという名前で、親子をテーマにした作品です。で、これはここのビバという施設はかなりの親子連れだったり、いろいろな方々が来る中で、やっぱなかなか今コロナで外に出れないっていうことがやっぱりなんか悲観的にマイナスなイメージになってしまうと思うので、それを明るく捉えてほしいと願っている作品になっています。で、これもさっきの、 リアカーの作品と似ていて、移動していくっていうことがテーマになっていて、これにも下の方を見るとタイヤがついてるんですけど、いろんな場所にこれも移動して、いろんな場所で展示できればなと思っています。はい。以上になります。すごく。Thank you.
Thank you. So all of this work is created during the exhibition. Sorry, during the residence period, correct?
滞在期間中に全部作ったやつなんです。
あ、そうです。はい。あ、ごめんなさい。嘘ついちゃった。この今の下の、目が光ってる作品だけは、もうちょっと違う場所で作った作品です。他は全部自分、ここで作った作品になります。
わかりました。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
よし、じゃあ、瀬古くん、お願いします。
お願いします。瀬古です。今回、展示ゲストアーティストとしてNULLNULLスタジオの2人から、お話しいただいて参加させてもらってます。で、今回の展示で、やっている活動は、テーマ、個人的な2つのテーマに分けられて、2つのテーマがあるなと思っていて、で、1つは作品っていうものが何なのかっていうことを問うことと、言葉と身体の感覚の関係っていうのが自分の関心として今あって、でそこを中心に、活動して、展示だったりこの場でアクションを起こして、います。で、写真あった。一つ目かで、今回やってることが3つあって、でそのうちのまず1つが窓の窓という作品で、会場内にモニターと、申請書を置いて、自分が作った映像を流すわけではなく、鑑賞者が持ってきた映像を流すための場所を作る。で、それを作品とするということを今回やっています。で、これは、今回の展示のテーマ、Not for Sale のテーマから、発想した作品で、作品に値段をつけて買うということではなく、作品に、の中に入り何か侵食する、介入するっていうことに価値をつけられないかということで、100円払って10秒あたり100円で映像を投稿できる場所っていうのを作品として作りました。これが今回の中の一つの展示している作品です。で、次にキャプション。次の作品はキャプションだけの作品を今回展示しています。何か、僕の今の関心、先ほど言ったテーマの中で言葉というの、言葉についてっていうのがあるんですけど、キャプションというものが何かを指す、何かあるものを指すっていうことを用いて、で、展示っていう展示の形式にのっとって、キャプションだけで作品を成立させられないかっていうことを、考えて今回作りました。これは3種類あって、 内容は一つは、ドーナツの穴を積み重ねた彫刻作品。もう一つは毎秒おもちゃのヘリコプターがプロペラを毎秒1回転しながら毎秒2回転しているという作品。もう一つは、眉毛以外のすべてっていうこの3つのキャプションだけの作品を今回展示しています。で今回この2つの作品を最初展示することから始めて、で会場内で、作品未満のところから、動いてみようということを考えて、展示会場をこのビバの会場をノートとして使うっていうことをただ個人的に勝手にやっていくっていうことを、今もやっています。で即興的にメモだったり写真を、壁に貼っていったりとか、自動販売機だったり、トイレだったり自分の、自己紹介パネルの裏だったりそういうところに、テーマだったりその時感じていることを元に、メモを貼っていってそれからまた派生していく。でそれぞれ離れた場所のものがつながっていくっていうのを、ちょっと楽しみながら今やっています。これは、自分の創作行為っていうのをもっと原始的な段階からちょっと始めたいなと思ってこういうことをしています。ですかね。ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
以上が、日本語でやっちゃった。It was all our stuff we did. It's not all, but yeah, the tip of our activity. And now we want to move on to the third part, the free talk session time. So actually, I already prepared one topic. Can I ask it to you?
Of course.
Okay. Then we actually made a comment board on this exhibition. ちょっとお待ちくださいね。こんな感じで。This is maybe Saturday or fourth day, but it's actually already full. And a lot of visitors add a comment to our exhibition. So I would like to introduce a comment from a visitor. It was really interesting, so I want to introduce it. よいしょ。ありがとうございます。The comment said that I overinterpret what is the value of a work of art. What is the value of artwork? If you ask me what life is, I think it's a time until we die. I think salary is a way of earning money to live. Therefore, if I use my time as labor power and exchange it only for salary, I am selling my life in order to live. which is somehow vain. It's like a vacant. So I think that people who are called artists get a kind of reward from the people who create their works and find value in them. The value of an artwork changes. The value of an artwork changes depending on the viewer. So at first glance, an artist and a time worker seems to be completely different things. But what you get for your time work is actually more than just a paycheck. The experience, skills, friends, and enjoyment you get from your work can vary greatly depending on what you work for. I feel that workers who can focus on what they can receive instead of their salary are equally artists. In such a case, I felt that the value of the work is the value of the work for us and cannot be converted into something univocal like time or money. And this is the all comment written in this sheet. So he or she is really made a hit the point on in this exhibition, I thought.
Very serious comment.
Yes, this is all comment, like 作文. It's a really long sentence.
So.
Yes. And I thought if we can eat food, if our body can survive, if our bodies can maintain, we may not need to make money, I thought. So I want to ask like, I have a question. Do you engage in the Documenta 2022?
I'm not individually engaged because how many? 8 other members it's taking care for it. So yeah, you know, in the collective we kind of like separating the task.
Okay.
So but yeah, you know, as part of the team, of course I know what's happening in there and how it was being developed, I guess. Not 100%, but like, you know, 80% kind of get the stories.
Thank you. So I just want to ask you that, what is the value you think of the artist or art? I thought you make a comment to us after we selected, like なんて言ったらいいんだろう。本当？ありがとう。In this residency, I also asked a question from the audience, from the guest, that what is the separation between artists and the ordinary people? So what do you think about it? What is the artist? What is the artwork? What is our...
Sure.
Yeah, too difficult, but
it's interesting.
Yes.
So I mean I can give you my perspective. because my way of living as artist or curator has been influenced by the collective ways of thinking. So it might be a bit different from, like people who try to sustain as individual artists, but in my opinion, there's actually not, how do I say, not a clear separation between artists and, let's say, salaryman. It's just a way of communicating, and I always try to think that money or capital, it's came as a part of it, for example, we as a creative workers, people say it like we sell the paintings or we sell the artwork, but actually it's not the case. It's a bit different in that way, because when we start to create something like making an artwork or making an exhibition, we didn't know how much it will be valued, so it's not an equal currency or conversion. Like if you are taking baito, アルバイトね、1時間はなんか830円ぐらい。There's a clear conversion, like how long you will work and how much you can get and what kind of work that you will do, right? Like 830円 may be different with someone that doing the work for like 500円ぐらい, something like that. But as a creative workers, we are not doing that kind of stuff. So everything it starts from ourselves. Like you are making your work because 例えば君島さん making the painting because he feel empathy of the corona situation. Then he made the artworks, and then somehow the artworks will be display onto like art gallery, and by some people it will be converted into numbers. So in that case, like it's different ways of thinking. Then but I didn't try to say that we are, as artists or as creative workers, we don't need money, but the way we need it, it's a bit different than others. Like like if we say like salaryman, maybe some people it's trying to get work to be able to survive for their life. And it happened to us also. Like for example, if I cannot sell my works, or if you cannot sell your works, then maybe we need to find another way, like working in kombini or working like teaching at high school. There's always a way to survive. And I think the most important part is how to create the conversation. Like that's why at the first time I really like the proposal from NULLNULL Studio, because it resonates quite well with me. Like it's interesting, like rather than setting up like specific price, it's asking the people like, how much do you think this work is? Because there's something that we not oftenly said in this time. Maybe something like that.
Yes, thank you. It was really inspired answer. なんて言ったらいいんだろうな。すごい日本語でも難しいことを喋ってくれて、なんて言ったらいいんだろ I am really happy. Like I could meet the really interesting reaction, and I thought it was my prize to making art. I thought in this exhibition, like for example, I don't want to impose that this is art. I don't want to do that. So it's just that when I see people getting comfortable with my work, I'm gripped and enchanted. People lying down on the hard floor in front of my work painting a landscape, or children playing happily on the screen of my work, the cross screen, projecting a water surface, or people looking hard for the direction of the sound, or something like that, really inspired me. I really love this imagined reaction from the visitor, I thought. So なんて言ったらいいんだろう。If I could do that, I think the price is not only the money, I thought.
I agree.
Yeah, and this is just an idea, but if I could exchange the time you have or to and my work will be great. It not only money but also time.
So I forget, but I think like several years ago there's a, how do I say this? There's an experiment, I think in Netherlands, if I'm not mistaken, there's an experiment to finding different currency, not only money, but also like skills and also time, like you said. Like for example, if I'm a curator and you are an artist, then maybe I will ask you like, can I buy your painting, but not with money, but instead like I can help you make an exhibition, or I can write a text, like giving you critical readings about your artwork, something like that. I think there's an experiment on it. Like if you go to a barber and you are, let's say you are a massager, like you do massage, then you can exchange your skills or even your time, like how long you make a painting. Like you mentioned it like one of the works that you mentioned, it's about like 3 months, the one in the cement, and there's a rocks on it, so it's 3 months. Then if it can be applied, like I can ask for your help, like if someone wants to buy the your work but with their time, then you can ask them like, I have your time for about 3 months. So finding some works that can exchange that. But yeah, it's always an interesting proposal to find a different, especially right now, I mean, to find different ways to exchange our knowledge, our skills, because probably we have been living too long with only one currency, only with money. So it's difficult for people to like escape from it, even to having imagined about that. But as my experience, like working, I don't know, like I want to hear about your experience also as a duo, but as a collective, it's really tough if we keep like thinking, like pointing out only on, money, because, living as an artist and also as a collective artist, it's really not an easy way to do. There's a lot of negotiation, there's a lot of conflict, I should say, but that's actually the one interesting part. Like, the more you spend the time together, then the more you understand your partners, your friends, and then it's kind of like developing more understanding to the artworks. I mean, to the creative works that you make. So yeah, that kind of thing, it's probably quite makes me curious. Like, like, for example, if I'm asking you, like, why you and Hideki is decided to work like together, let's say as a duo or as a collective duo, and also like why in this residence program then both of you decided to bring one more artist. I mean, to bring Seko-san in this project. That's also interesting for me, because I mean, I'm not saying that other, like individual artists is bad, but it's like sometimes, people see, or like other artists see that working in a residence program, it's like, stepping stone, right? Like for your career, for your portfolio. So yeah, I just wonder, like, especially we're talking about how we valuing our creative work. So maybe you can share your story about it.
君島なんかある？
多分諏訪部とやってる理由はなんだろう、結構学部から大学の学部から一緒で、それで結構、アート以外、アートは、今一緒にやり始めてるところで、でもそれ以外になんかイベントを一緒に企画したりとか、なんかこういろいろ面白い企画を2人でしてたりとかしてて、でなんかそういうこう形で、アートもアートというか2人作家というか作品を作る関係だけども、それ以上になんかお互いこう面白いことを考えてるっていうのがすごく諏訪部さんに興味があるのと、あとこうなんだろう、今回とか、一緒に展示作品を作ってたりとかしてて、こうお互いにないものを持っている関係性っていうのがすごくいいと思っていて、例えば僕は文章を作ったりとかまとめることがあまり得意ではないんですけど、それは多分諏訪部さんは得意で、けど多分諏訪部さんができないものづくりとかそういう部分、例えばインパクトとかドライバー、工具の使い方だったり、なんかそういう技術的な部分で僕は彼女をサポートできるなと思っていて、そういうこうないものをお互い持ってるっていうのがすごくいいなって思ってます。
すごく日本語になっちゃった。maybe なんて言ったらいいな。if it's 日本語でもいいすごく小さなところで言うと、もう部屋の片付けは私全然できないんですけど、君島くんはめちゃめちゃそれをちゃんとできるし、その私たちが企画したイベントっていうのも、学部生の時は結構料理イベントみたいなのをやったりとか、例えば私が資本主義の代表としてコストコで買えるもので君島の家庭料理と対決するっていうのをいろんな大学の子を集めて、どっちの方が美味しいと思うっていうのを企画したりとかしたり、すごいそういう小さなところから、別にアートじゃないって言えるかもしれないけど、そういう意味でいろんなアイディアを共有できるのはすごく 面白い関係だなと思っています。なんかこれはちょっと英語でI suppose that maybe collective like NULLNULL looks like a really nice place for sharing your experiences and knowledge with others, I thought. When I talked to Izwanto and Reza, I was really interested in where they were focusing their attention in terms of working in groups and collectives. So NULLNULL seems to be a wonderful place that functions as a place where people can share that they want to do rather than focusing on everyone's purpose and intention on one thing. It's not one goal, I thought. I would like to ask you about the relationship between you and the collective members as well.
Interesting. So yeah, I mean, that's probably one of the most like one of the most common question that I get after I moved to Japan. It's like everyone is asking like, are you like exit or quit from Ruang Rupa, like something like that? Because like some members now in running Documenta and some members are still in Jakarta, and I was in Japan alone by myself. So everyone like, is there something happening? And I said, it's not it's not something happening. It's just like a decision that also we made in like collectively, like we talk together. And I think living and working in Japan for now, it's a good experience for me, because I've never been working outside the collective for my life. So I think it's a good opportunity to test like what I have been learning and what I have been knowing, and is this like method of collectiveness can be applied like to some other places, like to let's say now to an art institutions, like what kind of value that I can contribute. So that's kind of situation there. But then again, first time I know the collective, it was like Nisen Hachinen 2008, when I was still in college in my art school, and I'm not understand like why some people is decided to work together as a group of artists, and like doing crazy stuff. I was like, why you are not selling your artworks like in gallery, why you are not doing art fair or something like that. But that part is actually makes me interested, like that we at the moment, like the collective have more freedom to, like you said, not only talking about art but also anything else about their life. So instead of working for art, like making paintings every day to sell the gallery, we basically just living our life, like trying to be socialized, trying to know each other. But at the same time, it's kind of like becoming the way of doing things, making the artworks, and like you said, instead of like having everyone have one goal. This is like, how do we try to survive together? So I think there's a moment like when we didn't get funding or support, like or from government or from somewhere else. We cannot like we cannot eat for a couple of days, and then we cook together, and like sharing the foods and something like that. So yeah, apart from the popularity that Ruang Rupa now get as an artistic director of Documenta, the value of being in the collective is way beyond that for me. It's about how I understand my position from others' point of view, and how I can contribute to each other, and then that's how the thing that I try to apply right now, how I can be useful as a curator, let's say. Otherwise it's difficult for me to imagine something else. So but yeah, you're not answering my question about why you bring Seiko-san in this residence program. Who made that decisions, and yeah, you explained a bit that you interested in before about his work, but is there any other reason apart from that, like you have been know each other like as a friends, or I don't know, other story? And also maybe why Seiko-san is interested to join in this residency program also.
君島が誘ってくれたんですね。
そうです。そうですね。瀬古くんは僕が今年展示した場所のオーナーさんが共通の知り合いで、その彼が次こう展示するっていう話を聞いた時に、今回のこのコンセプトと合うなと思って、それで招待をしました。
As I told you before, maybe なんだっけ、he did a show. He put a price on the toilet paper roll, just a toilet paper roll. So it was really interesting because toilet paper roll is just roll and no price. It's really useless, but he sell it. So we asked to join our exhibition. 何か加えることある？でもどうしてここの展示に興味を持ってくれたか。
そう。お金だったり作品の価値、この展示のやってるテーマっていうのは今日自分が持ってるテーマと共通してくるものがあるなと思ったし、この場所ビバの、ギャラリーではなくこういう開かれた場で、展示だったり活動何かこそ何かしていくそれこそ生活だったりに基づいている場所で、活動できる制作したりするっていうことに興味を持ったんで、それでこれ参加することにしました。
なるほど。
彼すごく面白くて、日本語になっちゃった。いいか。トークイベントを私たちやってるんですけど、毎日トークでいつも彼が提案してくれるんですけど、今日はこういうふうにトークの構造を変えようとか、普通にいろいろトークって形がたくさんあると思うんですけど、瀬古くんが提案してくれたものの一つに、これ写真ないかな？写真ないかも。なんか目隠ししてトークするっていうのがあって、 私たち3人目隠しする日があったり、逆にというか私たち2人だけが目隠しして瀬古くんだけが目を開けたままトークするっていうものだったり、いろんな形でトークの構造を変えていて、でお客さんがたくさんいらっしゃるので、そのお客さんにいつの間にかマイクが渡ってたりとかなんか誰がスピーカーで誰がスピーカーじゃないのかっていうことを含めて勝手に従事していくトークに、なんかそれがすごく面白いな。なんか本当に垣根がどんどんなくなっていくような、じゃあ誰が喋ってるのかとか、誰がもうこの場所を作ってるのかっていうことがどんどんかき混ぜられていく、すごい面白い人だなって思います。
そうですね。ここに、今回参加して結構まず初日にトークイベント、作品の話とかして、でそこから毎日やってて、そのトークイベントは僕は今回結構一番なんか面白い発見が多くて、やってていろいろ実験してやり方、どうこの場にいる人たち、作品を見に来た展示を見に来たわけではない人たちとどういう関係を持って対話じゃないにしてもどういう関係を築けるかっていうことを、トークイベントでいろんな形で試していっているし、失敗したりとか、これはうまくいかないんだっていうことを今回やれてるのはすごくいいなと思ってます。
はい。So I think that's part. It's interesting, like giving a chance for the audience to, how do I say this? Not only like as a passive viewers, but also like maybe they can do something about it, and if we can ask them to thinking together, like how about like what is the price of this artwork, and if you had money, like how much you want to buy it. So that part, it's kind of interesting to be experimented with, because it's, I mean especially in Japan, there's already like a strong structure when we talking about art. When people come to see a gallery or go to a museum, there's already a mindset that, this is an artworks, then there's something that you can do, there's something you cannot to do, and then I don't know, but sometimes it makes people feels a bit distant from the artwork, like, so sometimes we need to engage with them, like asking them directly, or like, doing something else that can triggering their response or their thoughts. So yeah, and yeah, it's interesting that you make the talk session almost every day, or it's every day.
Yes, almost every day.
My God. お疲れ様です。
そう、グラジュアリー、なんて言ったらいいんだろうな。なんか、だんだん、なんて言ったらいいんだろうな。私たちも その話すことを楽しむだけじゃないな。なんかそのやっぱこの構造がどんどん変わっていくっていうのが面白いなと思っていて、その結局私たちはこういう話をするためにものを作っているんじゃないかなっていうことを考えるようになりました。だんだんなんかさっきバルトがおっしゃってたように、その日本の人たちはアートっていうのがすごく離れたところにあると思ってるんですよ。でここでその展示をした時にもなんかどうして東京でやらないのとか、どうしてなんか理解のある人たちの前でやらないのみたいなことを言われたりもしたんですけど、それじゃないんだよなっていうか、あなたが見たもの、あなたが感じたもの、それを共有すること、それがすごくなんか私のやりたかったことなんじゃないかなっていうのが、個人的にはすごく思っています。君島とか瀬古君はどうですか？
やっぱ僕もそうですね。やっぱ今回そのリアカー作ったっていうのもやっぱそれのイメージは強くて、やっぱこういまだにこうギャラリーとか、こう一般の友達とかの話を聞くと、ギャラリーってお金いるのみたいな話を聞いたりとかするので、やっぱ展示する、いや展示じゃなくて行くのに、展示を見に行くのにそのお金を払うとか、そういう会話がやっぱ生まれるのが多くて、やっぱそこに対してこうなんかやっぱ敷居が高いと思うので、それをこうリアカーで何か解消できればなと思ってます。
誰でも見れる。
そうですね、誰でも見れて、なおかつ俺は場所を提供するだけで誰でもそれこそ砦の方のこうなんだ手で編んだこう編み物だったりだとか、なんかそういうのが展示できたら一緒にこう共有というか、一緒にこうアートを作っていくっていうことができるんじゃないかなって思ってます。
動画？
そうですね、ギャラリーだったり、受動的な観客としてではなくっていう、その自分がお客さん作品を見る人をどう想定していくか、でやっぱりそのギャラリー美術館って場所で展示作品を置くっていうことでは、隠れてしまうものがあるなっていうのをすごく、いうことがどうしても気になってしまうところがあって、だからこそ今回この場でやることにすごい興味があって、でいろいろ、試していることが、で発見も多く、嬉しい。
大丈夫？
そっち。ですね。なんか忘れちゃいました。
そういうこともある。
はい。
Thank you。君島くんとか瀬古くんから用意してる何かクエスチョンとかトピックとかもしあったら。
じゃあ僕がちょっと聞きたいのは、3つあったんですけど、多分時間がないんで2つちょっと質問したいかなと思うんですけど、まず1個目が、作品をレンタルすることをちょっと今考えていて、ここにいてやっぱこう自分のこう作品にやっぱ愛情があったりとか、なかなかこう他のアーティストとかやっぱ販売とかをしてると思うんですけど、そこでなんか僕はなんかレンタルするっていう関係性が生まれたら面白いかなと思っていて、例えば所有してるのはやっぱ自分なので、そこ自分でやっぱ作品を管理できて、で自分がこう貸したい時に貸せるっていうのがなんか面白いかなと思っていて、でちょっとバルトさんにお聞きしたいのが、こう国際展とかで作品を展示したりとかするときに、どのようなその作品の交渉であったりだとか、どういう基準で借りていたりとか、それがいくらぐらいの値段で借りれるのかっていうのを、ちょっとお尋ねしたいです。はい、で特にそのリアカーのキラキラ号、キラキラ号っていうんですけどすみません、紹介しなかったですね。そこを中心にちょっとお聞きできればなと思います。
それはバルトさんに借りられたいということですか？
借りても大丈夫です。
Interesting to rent the artworks. As far as I know, there are several there, especially in institution and institution. When we doing the exhibitions, like renting the artworks, there is at least it depends. Like if you as an I never know there's an artist that rental the artworks. So it's always like someone buy from a gallery or museum. They buy, and then other museum then renting the artwork. So then usually the museum that rent the artwork, they need to pay like insurance, and also like how do I say, like guarantee money, like how much, like travel, transportation, and also packaging, insurance. So it's not related to the value of the artwork directly, but it's like how they can keep it safe. But I think it's a good proposal, like if you as an artist kind of like making a rental for a gallery, so they don't need to buy like 例えば100万円とか they don't need, but you can rent it. Maybe we can try with time base, like how much the price, like if you rent it for 1 month, I can put in my wall, then I need to pay 3万円とか5万円. Then after that I can send it back to you. I don't know how it can work, but I think it's a good experiment if you want to try. Like the mobile gallery also. But for international exhibition, it's very rigid. I mean, there's always like there's a price, and then sometimes sometimes the artist can get another fee if there's an agreement about that, but there's most of the case they need to be a collection of one institution first, then it can be rented out. So I'm thinking about it now. It's interesting proposal. Maybe you can do in FIFA. You can ask some of the audience if they want to rent your artwork, maybe 1 week, 2 weeks. I think in Japan it's quite safe. the people is quite trustable. I need to think twice if I do it in Indonesia. so something like that.
Yeah, maybe we can make some experiment in Viva. 楽しみだね。
そうですね、ビバだったらもしかしたら、でもなんか今回その話してる中でやっぱ病院に貸してほしい、貸したらどうかっていう、まあなんかその人はもう病院にお医者さんじゃなくて通ってる、治療してる方で、なんかそういうのが来たらこう治療してる人も嬉しいかもっていうことは言ってました。
そう。Yeah, I don't know why it makes me thinking a lot more. Like, for example, 音楽ね。音楽は we have subscription 音楽か映画かなんか Netflix or Spotify. There's a subscription service. So you can subscribe for like 1 year, and then after that, if you don't like, you can how do I say, unsubscribe. But why we never had the chance for the visual arts? I mean, if we're talking, it related to sense, like we can listen to the music or we can watch the movie. Then why we cannot try with, I don't know, like painting or sculpture? Maybe we can give an experiment for, how do I say, like to let people or let the audience or let other people to experience how do they feel if they own an artwork. Like if they, I like this artwork, that can I rent it like for 2 weeks and put in my house? And I don't know, but it should be something that can be working with. Good idea. Also hospital, I think it's a good way to start. Every room we can put. So.
Especially in this situation. Like
yeah. COVID-19.
ね。面白そうかもね。
面白そう。確かに。
We could not,
ちょっともうちょっと探ってみます。そしたら、なんか面白そうなので、はい、ありがとうございます。
いや。
あともう一つは、キュレーターに必要なことをちょっと聞きたいなと思っていて、なんか僕らは瀬古くんを招待したんですけど、やっぱりもともと僕ら絵画の出身なので、あまりそういう知識がないっていう部分があったりだとか、今回招待とか、企画するにあたってやっぱり作品を作る時間がやっぱ削られるっていうのが大きいなと思っていて、特に諏訪部さんなんかそうだと思うんですけど例えばポスター作ったりだとか広報っていう部分がやっぱり大きかったというか、作品をやりたいのにできないっていう部分がやっぱあったんですけど、やっぱ作り手っていうか、アーティストがキュレーションするっていうのになんか必要なことというか、どう動いていいかっていうのをなんかあれば教えていただきたいなと思います。
ちょっと待って、I'm waiting the translation. So, what kind of thing do we have to think about? 本当だ。I don't know internationally, like whether, but I think it's already been some artists have been doing that, curator as artist or artist as curator. I think it's something that exchangeable. I often think myself as curator / artist because I grew up not in a only like academic fields, like only curators, but instead I grew up in a collective artist. So the artist way of thinking, it's affecting me. So it helps it, but I don't know, but it actually helps me a lot. Like when I'm doing an exhibition, I can think together with the artists, as partners, rather than like top down relations. And I think we have more freedom, especially when we're developing the ideas. Like you said, like instead of making artworks, you have to spend more time to making like poster or like flyers, and but I think it's something that if we do it properly, it can be a good way for the artist to understand other parts, because mostly the job of a curator is to talk with the public, articulating the concept or the idea from the artist. But this time maybe I took deliberately a chance to more thinking about how we can make more experimental in the creation process. So that's also something that probably a good way to experiment, like especially when we are working as a collective or you as a duo, maybe you can role playing, maybe Sayoko can be the curator and Hideki as the artist, or on the other way, Hideki can be the curator and Mizuho become the artist. I think it's not something wrong, personally, to play with that. And or for example, if we want to try more extreme, like if we ask the audience to be the curators,
Yeah.
That's probably more interesting.
Yes,
Right?
yes. Actually, sometimes I could find the talent, like, oh, you are really good at like making comment, or you're good at making paintings, or are you yes, maybe you can be creator or something like those in Viva. Actually.
I think maybe we can make a proposal to Junpei that we can invite like audience to become the curator. ね、例えば、there's if we can invite like maybe the train なんだっけ driver, what is it called? Conductors, train conductors, train drivers. Like they might have, of course they cannot comment it in an artistic how do I say diction, artistic words, but he or she might have a different perspective, like if you want to put artwork on the train station, maybe this color is better because it did not distract the train conductor's point of view, or like people can be less rush or less panic when the train comes. So it could be if you want to try.
Yeah. Actually, we did an interview to the shop staff in Atole. He was the shop of fish, なんて言ったらいいんだろう、seafood. He was really talented. Like he is really professional to choose the package or the なんて言ったらいいんだろう、sorting the product. It was ね、すごくインスパイア。
I think so.
そうだから違うプロフェッショナルの人またっちゃったごめん違うプロフェッショナルの人に何かを頼むっていうことすごく面白いなって思います。見たらいいな次の展示で。
そう。 Next, you can try next.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, but it's time?
お、本当？あ、本当だ。
今もう7時過ぎてますね。ごめん、なんか喋ること。
僕は大丈夫です。ありがとうございます。Thank you, バルト。
いや。
ありがとうございます。
Interesting conversation. ねえ、確かに。
で、ある何かさこくん、大丈夫？OK. So I'm so sad, but we've run out of time. So let's wrap up and close the talk. So of course we could not have enough time to talk. But I just collected the questions from the audience. 何かありますか？質問とか。
そうです。参加者の皆さん、もしあれば今から質問タイムにしますので、
はい、チャットでも、
はい、
なんだ？
音声入れていただいても、ちょっとビデオは映っちゃう。この後録画を流すので、顔はちょっと許可を取る関係性で、ビデオ以外で音声で参加をお願いします。ビバスタッフの方でも大丈夫です。
バルトさん、順平です。
はい。
例の。
Basically, we want you came real Viva. Actually, so the NULLNULL studio have a planning the next exhibition in next March. So maybe you can join the exhibition.
もちろんです。
はい。
Okay. Yeah, this time is a bit difficult, I think, because up and down, sometimes emergency status, sometimes not, and maybe difficult to arrange. But I supposed to come to Tokyo anyway because I need my wife need to renew her passport. So I let you know if I can visit, in a couple of months.
Thank you. Are you okay with typhoon?
Typhoon は in Yamaguchi, I think only 大雨だけ。So not too bad. でも暑いですよね。
Same.
やばい。
Yeah, Japan is too humid.
Too humid, too hot.
ね。何か他にありますか？質問とか。なさそうかな。
いや、せっかくならさっきのビデオ流します。もしご質問がなければ一旦ちょっと3分ぐらいの動画を。
よいしょ。なんか今マイク持ってて外聞いてくださってる人に聞いてきたら君島。うん。今ここのビバでも中継をしてもらってて、そこで何人か聞いてくださってて、このトークを。でもこれここに流しちゃうと流すとなんかあれかなと思って。よいしょ。聞いてみてよ。すごい聞いてくださったから。持っていってる？うん。ちょっとお待ちくださいね。He just pick up the question. 来てる？Oh, the question from guest audience. アトレの店員と、じゃあ、ジョン君お願いします。 なかったですか？ありがとう。
There was the talk about interacting with the railroad conductors, but I think this is a question mostly to the artist. How do you think about the possibility of interacting with the train station in Toride? So, yeah. 皆さんにその駅との関わりの可能性についての可能性をどうお考えか。これは多分作家の方向けだと思うんですけど、はい。
どうぞどうぞ。
結構そのアトレでやってて商業施設でやってるっていう意識は強かったけど、まあ駅直結のこの駅ってだったり電車っていうものに対する意識っていうのは俺は結構そういえばほとんどなかったかもなって感じだったんですけど、どうですか2人は。
そうだね、駅との関係性って確かにすごくあるかっていうとめちゃくちゃあるわけではない。
まあ、東京のステーションギャラリーとかじゃないですか、言ってしまえば。
ここの場所のことじゃない？
あ、ここの場所か。
うん。
まあでもなかったよね、確かに。なんだろう、僕がすごく、まあ、僕の話なんですけど、すごく感じるのは、こう、なんかその、結構絵とか作品作ってると絶対足りないものとか出てくるじゃないですか。ここだと100均とかあるからすぐ買いに行けるっていうのは僕はメリットだなってずっと思ってます。それ関係ない。環境の話か。
これの答
電
え
車の運
かどうかっていう
転
のは
士や車掌さんとの。
なんか
例えば電車とかだと、
なん
だろう、ラッピングカーとかあるよね。
なんか多分質問の方向性の話だと思うんだけど、なんか多分私たちがこれからその駅だったりそのアトレさんとどう関わっていけるかっていうことを聞きたいんじゃないかなと思うけど、どうだろう。私はすごく限定的なことかもしれないですけど、魚屋さんにインタビューをしたときに、私なんか消えちゃった魚屋さんにインタビューしたときに競りに連れてっていただくという話になって、私個人的にはその魚のオークションの仕組みと絵画のオークションの仕組みってすごくなんか類似するものがあるんじゃないかなと思っていて、そういうことをリサーチできるっていうのはすごくいいなと思っています。合ってるかなこういう質問の答えで。
すみません、森さんありがとうございます。
はい、
ホームにぜひ展示できたら嬉しいですね。改札内とかね。すごいいい。
よいしょ。ごめんね、私今ログアウトしちゃって見上がってもらっていい？
どうしよう。はい。
You heard the part, okay, the first part, okay. So this Viva Award was held so that we could support artists who would be really active and successful in the global setting. But did you feel any charm or possibility of the NULLNULL studio expanding into the world or being really successful, not in the context of the local, but internationally?
それは難しい。I
すごい質問。
I mean, on which part of successful? I think, there's a lot of different ways of we can translate being success, and I think it depends on NULLNULL's team members. But I feel like that the concept that they're offering, it's something that can be experimented in different ways in different part of the world. But I think from my side, I think the most important part is how we as artists or as creative workers is keep trying to connect it with the local context. I think that's the most important part. Except like if you want to be a successful artist in terms of commercial ways, like in art galleries or commercial art fair, I think it's something else. It's another direction. But if you want to expand your practice and your conversation to other part of the world, I think there's a big possibility to try. Like I mentioned, this idea to rethinking or re-questioning the value of artwork, like what Mizuho offers. It's also like something that many artists, many curators in the world are think right now. So I think in that way, I feel there is a connection to be part of in the global conversation, like how arts can be useful for the society, how we as an artist can be supporting each other, and how our creative force can be used to be a sustainable way of living. So yeah, there's a lot of things needs to do, but as long as we or you wanted to bring this conversation to wider people, I think there's always a chance to go for it. But yeah, I think it shouldn't be aimed to be like just famous globally. It wouldn't. I don't know, but I think looking at their practice, I think NULLNULL Studio is probably wanted to challenge and like bringing more experience and experimental project. So, and in that way, I think there is always an opportunity to be part of this global art scene. So yeah, keep trying for it, and yeah, let's keep working together, I think. so
Thank you for warm voice. 本当にありがとうございます。
yeah. So I believe so. So 頑張ってください。
コメントある？じゃあ、I'm really, なんて言ったらいいんだろう。It was really precious time. Just 90 minutes, almost 100 minutes. But if the corona will if corona ends, I want to shake your hand or high five or something, but it's really far away. So, but our project will be continued to March. So please keep in touch. Thank you very much.
もちろんです。
I want to exchange letters to you because I have a lot of stuff to ask you, talk with you.
It's okay. Like you can contact me by email or Facebook. Like.
ありがとうございます。じゃあ、そうですね、短い間だったけど、it's really short time, but yeah.
I feel so. Very fast.
Thank you very much. So, thank you.
You are welcome.
ありがとうございま
Thank
す。
you.
ありがとうございまし
ありがとう
た。
ございました。お疲れ様です。
私たちの展示まだまだ16日まで続いておりますので、皆さんもどうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
はい、視聴していただいた皆さんありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
バイバイ。
バイバイ。See you.
See you.
森さんもありがとうございました。お
疲れ様です。
疲れ様でした。
レコードはいいか。じゃあ、切ります。あ、じゃあ、終了こっちか。